Do you think sometimes that we get sideswiped by what a relationship is versus what a relationship isn't? Because I think what a relationship isn't is what we see in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
We get painted this erotic picture of effortless happiness and love and sex and all these,
But the thing is, we know this, but we still long for that.
I know. Well, but it's a programming on some level, right?
It is.
But then we get introduced into the real world. Oh, holy crap! I've got this relationship. I really care about this person, but damn, when their nose whistles when they talk, it really pisses me off. Or when they drive slow, or they indicate, they don't indicate, like, oh, that really. And these are the triggers, and these are the things that ultimately will bring a relationship apart. So, is this what you're talking about? We need to become aware of what these triggers are within each other.
Yeah, that's right. But at the same time, once you're really conscious, especially what's happening with your neurotransmitters, what's happening in the body, what's going on with, there's 3 stages to falling in love, which is sexual drive, then goes to romantic love, and then forms into attachment.
Yeah, right.
So the sexual drive is you're just banging out the dopamine. It's just constant.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. That's right. And it's just, it's a lot of sexual drive. And so eventually too, the power of neuroplasticity is that the more time you spend with someone, the more experiences you have. Just say you're having constant dopamine hits. Your synapses, you're just constantly going to program yourself that you're not going to be able to feel as good unless that person's next to you.
Yeah, right.
You move into romantic love and that becomes serotonin or oxytocin. You got all these things going on. So it fundamentally, it's what happens after these processes is where the relationship starts.
Yeah.
And a lot of us think that, wow, I found the one. This is amazing. I'm in la la land. I've got the perfect ideal person. But it's really just a whole heap of neurotransmitters just firing in that brain, getting you addicted to these hormones.
It's a chemical reaction.
It's a chemical reaction and it is an addiction. So what happens when there's a breakup or when you realise, as you said, someone's, what was that, whistling through their nose?
Yeah, when they walk.
You're like, when you're in the attachment phase, you're kind of like, oh, that's not giving me that serotonin boost that I was. Where's the dopamine hit that there used to be? And then you're going through withdrawal periods and then the relationship's over.
Yep.
And most of the time, that's why you've got 50% divorce rates, because everyone's in this ideal relationship mode where they think they've got to find the perfect person. But they don't realise that there's no such thing.
Yeah.
You have to work on it. And that's the key with building your erotic IQ, building intelligence through your relationships. Because if you're basing it all on emotions or what you think love is, and I'm doing the exclamation marks, you're going to fail full stop, because emotions can't and aren't sustainable.
So why is it that some people seem to have these effortless relationships that appear to be on the outside amazing, and others of us that seem to have these relationships where they bring up the shadow that require enormous amounts of work in order to get through? Does this come down to maybe karma or life path, or is there an easier explanation?
I would say that if you don't wake up every day and say, I'm going to make my relationship better than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And you don't come up to your partner and think, how am I going to make her or him or they love me more than they did yesterday? How am I going to make this? Because there's you, there's them, and then there's the us.
Yeah.
You have to work as a business. It's you've got to put that much power and effort and energy into it. It's not just expecting it to be at home when you get home. It's a matter of really pumping it out. You've got to hustle into that relationship. You've got to make it better and push at it and work on it. And that's the problem. People aren't doing it. They just think it's just a given. I think it's just going to magically work itself out.
There you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Unstoppable with me, your host, Kerwin Rae. And please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you get to see all of these interviews in the flesh. Share this podcast with your friends. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thanks for joining us.